Hey guys, it is your girl Jade Ashley and I am back for a new video. Now I'm not here for a video of when a beat drops, but like always, you know, it's always strictly music. And now I'm here to talk about JayZ's new album 444, if that's what you want to call it, or 444, whatever. But JayZ, he recently dropped a new project on Tidal in collaboration with Sprint. It's everything. Everybody is talking about it, so of course y'all know I had to come back and talk about it myself. So if you're interested in my thoughts on JayZ's new album, definitely stay tuned for more. Alright guys, so let's dive into this album. So we all know, and if you don't know, for those who didn't listen to it, because I know some people was like, I ain't got Tidal, and you know, I didn't hear it. I personally, when Tidal first came out, I signed up for it. It's just that I was never using it, so I just kind of like was just letting it sit there. Like, I unsubscribed the thing, so it wasn't charging me unless I wasn't using it. But you know, I just kind of like reinstated it for like this one special thing. But you know, Tidal already had my info, already had login information and all of that. So for this, you know, special occasion, of course I had to use the Tidal account that I created a while ago, or whatever the case may be. But so yeah, the first track on the album is Kill JayZ. Now prior to the album dropping and stuff like that, there was these 444, you know, advertisements that was popping up all over New York City. Now me, I live in New York, and for whatever reason I was not noticing this, or I just see too much stuff on a regular basis that shit literally goes over my head. And that was definitely the case with this one right here. So I really didn't pay attention to it until it like hit social media, and everybody was like, what is this 444 stuff? And then it was like realizing that it was in collaboration with Tidal, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, JayZ's about to drop a new album. And then I was like, are y'all sure? Because you know, it's been, you know, speculation of JayZ's album, and then you know, it's supposed to be a JayZ and Beyonce collaboration album, so I really wasn't too sure. And then they finally dropped a trailer that featured Danny Glover and Mahershala Ali from Moonlight and Hidden Figures. So it looked like they was dropping a movie or something like that that was just going to be on Tidal. And then shortly after that, it was announced that JayZ definitely was coming out with a new album. So you know, we knew it was coming. It was only a matter of time. You always wanted to know what was he going to talk about. I think his last album was Magna Carta Holy Grail, and I remember when that album came out, I still had my Android, and you know, they had like a special, you know, Android had like a special thing to get it. So I was like one of the first people out of like my group of friends to get it, because I was like last to the party when it came to getting an iPhone and stuff like that. But yeah, that was like his last, you know, full-length project. So you know, the game was waiting for this one. Definitely everybody was waiting for, you know, a full-length JayZ album. But anyway, like I said, we're gonna get into the project. So the first track on the album is Kill JayZ. Now with this one, I kind of felt like basically this whole entire album was JayZ, you know, I don't know if he has a diary, but you know, just kind of like opening up to the world, kind of just like letting us know, especially like when Beyonce dropped Lemonade, you know, everybody's been waiting for like his response. So I feel like with Kill JayZ, this was his way of, you know, saying, I'm trying to kill the old JayZ and rebirth the new JayZ. And I feel like in order for me to do so, let me tell y'all my faults, my wrongs, but also let me school y'all and, you know, give birth to this new JayZ. So it was a couple of things he addressed on the first track. And one thing, and I think one of the things that he wanted to make note of, he was saying how he had shot his own brother, he had stabbed somebody over a track or something like that, and he didn't like the way the person was talking to him. Like, I guess he was just like naming his faults and stuff like that. One thing that definitely stuck out to me was when he talked about Kanye, and I'll read the lyrics. He said, but you got hurt because you did Kumbaya. You gave him 20 million without blinking. He gave you 20 minutes on stage. Fuck was he thinking? Fuck wrong with everybody is what you saying. But if everybody's crazy, you're the one that's insane. So I don't really know necessarily. I would imagine him and Kanye probably being cool, because we know Kanye a little loco, and you know, he kind of had that little outburst at one point in time, you know, towards the end of last year and stuff like that. But you know, I guess that was just kind of his piece as far as like what was going on with him and Kanye's, you know, relationship, you know, stuff that we never knew until, you know, he's going to speak on it. Other than that, he talked about that infamous elevator scene that happened between him and Solange back in like 2013 or something like that. So basically what was he saying, well, what he said in the song was, he egged Solange on, and all he had to do was admit that he was wrong. And then he said, he talked about going Eric Benet, don't ever go Eric Benet. And some people really wasn't getting that. I guess people were kind of like trying to, they were saying, oh, Beyonce is definitely better than Eric Benet's, you know, his current wife. But if you like kind of know, for y'all youngins and stuff like that, Eric Benet and Halle Berry used to be together, and basically were kind of, I think they were like married, and what broke them up was the simple fact that he cheated on her. So he was basically saying that that whole elevator scene was, he cheated on Beyonce, Solange was sitting there fighting him, defending the sister. So everybody was like, oh, why isn't Beyonce doing anything? Because Beyonce was like, that nigga needed what he got, or he deserved what he got. And basically he was like, don't go Eric Benet. He was like, he almost was the baddest chick in the game and stuff like that. Eric Benet has something to say about it. He's talking about, you know, I still think I got the best. Look, we don't care about you and your wife. I think long story short, the moral of the story is, don't cheat on the baddest chick in the game and lose her. That was just the end of it. And he admitted that's what he did, but he said he almost went Eric Benet by losing her, aka losing the baddest chick in the game, Beyonce. Got it. Ow. So yeah. Now the second track on the album is The Story of OJ, which is personally one of my favorites. Like literally, if I had to, I still don't have like, I guess like an order as far as like which is my favorites, but I can say definitely number one will probably be The Story of OJ. Now this is a track I would say that when you listening to this track, get out your notebook and your pad, you know, your paper or whatever, and take notes, because this is where I feel like this is one of those tracks where he's definitely schooling everybody, but as a beneficial to everybody, more so like black people and stuff like that. So, you know, he was talking about rich nigga, poor nigga, smart nigga, dumb, whatever, house nigga, slut, we all niggas, whatever, long story short. But that's not more so what I was focused on listening to this story. I was more so focused on like the financial advice. One thing I do want to make a note is I love the Nina Simone sample of For Women. Just to put that out there, just the musical aspect of it, but more so like the lyrics and the knowledge that he's dropping in the track. He said one thing that definitely stuck out to me was, please don't die over the neighborhood that your mama renting. Take that drug money and buy the neighborhood. That's how you rent it. So basically letting all of y'all niggas out here, I'm sorry, I just gotta put it like that, don't be out here dying over a neighborhood that your mother renting, like in the projects. Your mother's paying rent in the projects and you repping this hood and stuff like that. You gonna die for your hood. What you need to do, you out here doing this illegal shit, you sitting here, you know, dealing drugs, you need to take that money, you need to sit there and you need to buy back the hood. That's how you rent it. Like, you know, invest back in it, make it your own, like, you know, stuff like that. And I kind of feel like obviously that's something that he did, because we all know he used to do drugs back in the day, whatever the case may be. You know, he's turning music and stuff like that, but you know, he's turned like his troubled past and his faulty ways to become one of the biggest moguls when it comes to music and stuff like that. Other than that, he talked about credit. He said, you know what's better than throwing money in the strip club? Credit, you know? So then he started schooling y'all about credit. He said, you know why the Jews always own all the property? Let me tell y'all how they did it. So basically, I'm just so hyped because I really love this song. But the example that he used in it, he said he bought a painting that was like worth 1 million. 2 years after that, it was worth 2 millions. A couple of years after that, it's gonna be worth more millions. Man, I can't wait to give that to my children. So basically, he's talking about investments. So he's like, oh, you know, buy something, save it, let that shit, you know, the more time goes by and stuff like that, the more money is worth. And that's how you sit there and you keep that money going on in your family and stuff like that. So I just definitely felt, especially at the age of 23, when I'm trying to figure out how can I get on, how can I make my dreams, how can I make money, how can I make sure I'm good, how can I make sure I don't want kids but everybody else, I got brothers and stuff like that, make sure the family is good. You know, this type of stuff my father tried to teach me and my brothers right now. But you know, just definitely The Story of OJ is my favorite song on the album thus far, just because of the knowledge that he's dropping. And he's dropping knowledge in other tracks as well, but for me, this is something that spoke to me personally. But other than that, I love the record Smile as well. So basically, this is where he kind of more so opens up and gives us more of what we might have not known about JayZ. Because to us, we just see JayZ, you know, definitely one of the greatest, especially if you're from New York, one of the greatest rappers and stuff like that. But we don't know about so much of his personal life, and that's why I said I feel like this album was kind of, if JayZ does have, like, if JayZ has a diary or something like that, I feel like this is like the soundtrack to that diary. So listening to the song Smile, I just feel like the overall message is happiness with this. So basically he talked about his mom being a lesbian, which we did not know. So we did not know Gloria Carter was a lesbian, but he basically said, you know, she had 4 kids and she a lesbian, but she had to hide it and stuff like that. So for all of these years, you know, his mom really loves women and stuff like that, but you know, especially I guess years ago, shit like that wasn't glorified or it wasn't accepted, whereas into 2017, you know, you lesbian, you gay, whatever the case may be, you're human, so it doesn't make a difference. So you know, he basically let us know that his mom was she's a lesbian and he doesn't care if she is in love with a man or a woman. The chorus to me was definitely inspirational because there's a line in there where he says, bad times turn to good memories, smile, even when you're gone you remember me, smile, good times never fade away, smile, even if I'm not here with you today, smile, and stuff like that. So it's like no matter what trials and tribulations I feel like I am currently going through, at some point in time it's not always going to last, and years from now half the shit I'm crying over and, you know, complaining about right now is just probably just going to be like a good memory and stuff like that. So it just kind of like made me hopeful that whatever, y'all don't need to know what I'm going through, but whatever I'm going through and stuff like that, you know, it's just smile, because at some point in time it's just going to be a memory in my life and stuff like that. So but another thing that definitely made the song within this particular is his mom at the end, Gloria. She comes and I guess she was reading like a poem or something like that, but basically the overall poem was just about being happy, finding happiness, and just living your truth. And obviously that's what she's doing, or that's what she's more comfortable with doing now that, you know, she's being truthful about who she truly is and stuff like that. So I think that was pretty dope that he pretty much opened up to his fans and stuff about that one aspect, especially when it comes to his mom, because you know everyone is sensitive when it comes to their mother. The 4th song is Caught Their Eyes featuring Frank Ocean. Now I just feel like this whole song in general is just like a vibe, so like you can sit there, you can just bop your head and stuff like that. So I just feel like that song in general is just like a vibe. Like I can't wait. The summer just started, so give me a minute. I'm gonna burn this on a CD and stuff, or whatever the case may be, and I would be bumping this in the car and putting that on blast. Basically, that's what that made me feel like when listening to this song. But 444 or 444, I don't know how he's saying it or whatever, but y'all know what it is. This is definitely another personal track, and this is more so geared towards him and Beyonce's relationship. So this is his apology basically. So everything that Beyonce was saying, you know, about being cheated on and all of this other stuff, I kind of say like this is his response. This is him not saying that is not true, but more so fessing up to everything was true, and he's apologizing for it, and he's kind of like in detail with things, and he also revealed some things we didn't know about him and Beyonce. So he definitely, like I said, fesses up to his faults and stuff like that. He lets us know that there was basically miscarriages that him and Beyonce had. He was saying he apologized for all the stillborns. He was like, I guess because I was never there, your body, like basically because he was never present and stuff like that, and I guess wasn't there for her and everything, that kind of like led to, you know, just the miscarriages that they had within the past. He talked about the twins being conceived naturally, which made him believe in miracles. He talked about so basically he was confessing to having a menage a trois, aka a threesome, and he was like, why would you have that if you have a soulmate? And he was like, you would rather risk your daughter, Blue, over some shit like that. So basically it's just like his apology to Beyonce. So that's the song, you know, for all y'all people that be out there like, I want the tea, like what's the tea? Definitely 444 will give you that tea that y'all sit there and thirst for. But other than that, Family Feud and Beyonce's on this track. Family Feud, I definitely feel like this is basically him coming at both old school and new school and stuff like that, and he's basically saying within the chorus is nobody wins when a family feuds. So he's basically when it comes to, I guess, a lot, I don't know who says this, and if somebody did say this, y'all crazy, but I guess you know, because he's been in the game for a minute, because he's JayZ, and I guess with all the new rappers coming in and stuff like that, or people that's trying to come in, whoever may have said, you know, he's kind of old, like he was like old news and stuff like that. So his response to this is, would you rather be the old me or the new you? he's JayZ. So would you rather be the old JayZ or the new you? Because the old JayZ did all this impeccable shit, built this empire and stuff like that. So it's like, don't even come for the old school. Don't even sit here and think because you new school, you better than the old school. Would you rather be the old me or the new you? Yes. I was like, all right. Okay, and that's just the beginning of the song. But other than that, he also gets on the old dudes and stop coming for the youngins and stuff like that. Because, you know, nowadays it's kind of like the old school versus the new school. And they talk about, you know, this new rappers is not real hip-hop and stuff like that. These dudes is wearing this, they wearing that, they wearing nose rings. And he's like, don't forget, Tupac had a nose ring. So it's kind of like he said, I'm coming at the, you know, new school. But, you know, I'm school to old school too. Let the new school live and let them do what they do. Basically, I feel like I'm becoming a rapper just explaining this myself. Like, But other than that, yeah, basically the moral of this track, Family Feud, is to, you know, get y'all shit together. Let's stop tearing each other down. Old school stop getting on the new school stop getting on the old school. Come together, because nobody wins when the family feuds. Because at the end of the day, we are all from the same culture. So shout out to Jay for schooling everybody, both old and new. Other than that, Bam featuring Damian Marley. Now my thing is, he was just seen in Jamaica like 2-3 weeks ago, so I'm like, he was announcing this album and he was like, I feel like he was just doing like, I feel like he probably did a track like last week and just put it on Tidal. Like, I just feel like this album was just, you know, completed within like the past couple of months. Because he even had, in one of the songs, he talked about Al Sharpton taking selfies. Al Sharpton just started this whole selfie thing like on Father's Day, so I just feel like, you know, it's real, just real recent. But Bam, I definitely featuring Damian Marley, I definitely feel like this is the part of the album where he was kind of like, you know, now that I sat here and I kind of let y'all know about my personal life and I was sitting here schooling y'all and stuff like that, now it's time for me to talk my shit. It's time for me to, you know, remind y'all who I am. So I feel like on Bam, he was definitely just back into like his bragging rights and stuff like that. And just that simple. Like, I just definitely feel like, you know, obviously with Damian Marley, it had the whole like kind of like reggae West Indian vibe, and I was completely here for it. Of course, I'm here for this whole album. Like, this is an album you can listen to from start to finish, and I'm not just saying that because it's JayZ, because literally I've listened to, between yesterday when it came out and today, I've listened to it at least probably 10 times from start to finish. So other than that, his song Moonlight. Now Moonlight, definitely this is where he's just more so coming for like new school rappers and stuff like that. And I mean, they can either, you know, listen to him, or they can just, you know, ignore what he's saying. But basically what he's saying on this track, he's just setting them straight, and he was like, y'all stuck in La La Land, y'all got the same flow, I don't know who's who, and then all of the things that they rap about. So if you know, you talking about, you know, a killer, I know a real killer and stuff like that. So basically saying what y'all know is like, half of the things y'all claim y'all know, or half of the things y'all claim y'all are, I used to be that, I know the real. And you know, just I can't explain it any other way. Like, he's just calling out the new rappers on half the shit that they, you know, he's like, he trying to build them up, but at the same time he trying to like, you know, put them in a place and like let them know. So hopefully they listening to this and stuff like that. Other than that, oh, he also talked about y'all still signing deals after what they did to our Lauryn Hill. Like, so I kind of feel like that was his way of kind of, I don't want to say going independent, but just kind of like being choosy, because what they're going to do is take your masters to Beverly Hills while we sitting here in Calabasas. Like, he was preaching. Preacher Sean Carter, he was preaching. Brother. Alright, now Marcy Me personally, when it comes to Marcy Me, I feel like the way I looked at the song when listening to it, I feel like Marcy Me could be like a new, like a 2017 version of like a Brooklyn anthem. Now it could be because I'm from Brooklyn, so that's why I'm, you know, interpreting it that way. And also me personally, I have ties when it comes to Marcy, because my dad was raised in Marcy. My grandmother, she still lives in Marcy, so like I can go to Marcy projects right now or whatever case may be, but you know, so I just kind of feel like just listening to Marcy Me definitely, in my interpretation, is like the 2017 version of a Brooklyn anthem. But basically he just talked about like his humble beginnings from Marcy, like the difference of what it was back then compared to now and stuff like that, and just bigging up Marcy and stuff. He shout out Nostrand Ave, Flushing Ave, Myrtle Ave, my grandma in Myrtle, but I'm gonna stop saying it because y'all not about to roll up on my grandmother. But yeah, so Marcy Me it's good vibe for me personally, good vibe, because I'm from Brooklyn, so absolutely. And like I said, I have ties to Marcy. But other than that, Legacy. Now, Legacy is exactly what it sounds like. So the song starts off as Blue Ivy Carter. Well, her name is Blue Carter, but Blue Ivy Carter. But Blue Ivy, so basically she's saying like, Dad, what's a will? And then he basically talks about preserving the Carter legacy and stuff like that. So he talks about his business ventures and stuff, and how, you know, he's doing that for his kids. So he mentions Rock Nation, Tidal, Duce, saying take my part of Rock Nation and share it with your siblings and stuff like that. He talks about how his parents didn't really have much, so basically preserving the Carter name and building the Carter empire and keeping that money in the Carter name pretty much started with him and stuff like that. He also kind of talked about his difficulty that he had with religion. So I guess he said his father's father was a preacher, but he was touching his daughter and shit like that, just kind of like, you know, made him, I don't want to say question Christianity, but you know, sometimes people might you know, side eye some Christians based on what they say and do in the church, but versus living another life outside the church. So, you know, that kind of, you know, led him to, you know, studying other religions and stuff like that. But he definitely in the track talked, I think it was in 444, he kind of talked about just religion and belief and stuff like that was kind of like more strengthened, and you know, his wife, aka Beyonce, was right about that. But yeah, the last thing that pretty much stuck with me with this being the last track was, he says, see how the universe works, it takes your hurt and help me find more of myself, it's a gift and a curse. So like, I just feel like within that one line itself, it was like, no matter like how much you're hurting and stuff like that, you can learn from your pain. Like your pain, it could be like a curse, but at the same time it's also a gift in disguise, because your pain will help you learn more about yourself and help you grow and become a better you and stuff like that. So I just definitely feel like this entire album, without a doubt, is like a learning opportunity. And if y'all don't know anything about me, just know that I love to learn. So just learning from him, opening up and telling us things that we never known before, but also just kind of like, you know, dropping jewels of what he's gone through or what he's going through to kind of like, you know, help him. And he was saying in my favorite track, The Story of OJ, he was like, I'm trying to give y'all this knowledge for $9.99. So it's just like, I definitely feel like not only is the lyricism there, not only is the wordplay there, not only is the storytelling there, but also there's knowledge there. And I think that, you know, with this being his first full-length album in a very, 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 very long time, but everything he's talking about definitely came right on time. So I love the album. If I had to, and I don't know if it's cliche, but if I had to do out of 10 stars, I'm giving it a full 10 stars, because I just feel like you just get so much within 10 tracks. So I love it. Definitely, if you checked out the album, comment below and let me know your thoughts. Other than that, I will see you guys next time. So bye. Hey guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to share and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.